Good evening, everybody. I'm assuming that people can see me, people can hear me. Fantastic. Very nice. While people are joining in quickly, uh, how many of you build budgets? Just quickly let me know how many of you build budgets? How many of you build budgets? There's a small poll that's come to you. Okay. I do budgets every year. Yes, no. I do annual operating planning. Yes, no. I want to do it. Yes. This year. Yes, no. Simple. Simple answers. Very good. While people are answering it, let me stop the uh, stop the poll, and I'm sharing the poll with you. I hope everybody has seen that. There are only 33% of people who actually do budgets. 67% are not doing budgets. 100% people are not doing annual operating plan, and around 67% want to do it this time this year of the year. Okay. While we start off this beautiful way of looking at budgeting and wondering how to get this budget done, how to build this annual operating plan, because most of the time it happens that it becomes very difficult for businesses to actually work on a monthly plan if the budget is missing, if the AOP is missing. So, how many of you are ready to look at the budgets that need to be created? I'm also going to share all the 21 considerations. So, what all you need to look at while you're building that business, it becomes very critical. Okay, so let's look at the scale journey. Okay, so if you are wanting to look at the scale, just confirm if you can see my screens. Okay, so I'm sure you can see my screens now, and the screen must be moving. If if you can't see my screen, just let me know. If it is not moving, just let me know. Uh, I will make the changes that are required to be done. Yeah. So if you look at it, the whole process of scaling up is around these three words: your economics, you and your team's emotions, and the governance that you're putting in place in order to make it work. Okay. And my recommendation to all the business owners is, please check whether these things are right in the team. If these are not right in the team, if it is not right, the governance is not right, the economics is not working right, or the emotions are not in place, it is important for you to see whether that you can make it right. Okay, so fundamentally, when you look at the emotions part of it, this is the first part of the job. This is the first part of the job. Okay, the second part of the job is economics. And the third part of the job is governance. Okay. Your emotions and your organization's emotions, because people are working together. Your economics which is your personal economics as an entrepreneur and your organization economics, and the governance for everybody, including you. Okay, if these three things are kept in check, okay, you see that your company is growing. Now you will say, sir, where is product? Where is process? Where is all of that? Okay, governance is a part, process is a part of governance, system is a part of governance. Okay, and very importantly, your sales, your marketing, the product creation is part of economics. And your emotions is about engagement, people, how inspiring you are, how inspiring your team is, how inspiring you are at the product when you're displaying, all of that part. So one is the softer part of it, one is the hard part of it, which is, when I say hard, when it can be seen by open eyes. Economics, emotions, you cannot see them, and governance is to keep everything in check. Okay, now that takes us to everybody's understood the game is about these three words. Quickly write it down on the chat box that you've understood this. Quickly write down on the chat box that you've understood. The game is only about these three things. Okay, whether you're at 5 crores and you want to go to 15 crores, whether you are at 15 crores, want to go to 100 crores, it doesn't matter. It is only about this. The quantum of every element is going to grow. Okay, the quantum of every element is going to grow. That's not a problem. But realize that it is a part of this complete process. I'm going to take you through the all step-by-step process. So this is the first. So one is that understanding, that education, that understanding that you need to have, that without this, it is not possible to scale the business. Okay. Now, the second part of it is about building the right vision of the organization. When I say right vision, it has to be built on the values that the founder has. Okay. It is the founder's mentality. Okay. It is the founder's mentality. Now, my question to all of you here is, do you have a written values and defined values in your organization to work? Do you have written values that everybody knows this is how this organization performs and how this organization works? Anybody who has written down values, it cannot be that, oh, I have it in my mind. Then it will always remain in your mind, and your organization scale also will remain in your mind. Okay, unless and until it is being displayed to everybody of what this organization means, it will be very difficult for you to work on that. And hence it's important that you have a shared vision of your organization. If you don't have a shared vision of your organization, then it is only your vision. Then you will be the person who's working hard than anybody else. Rather than if it is a shared vision, then everybody starts working hard around it. Okay. So the first four things: values, mission, vision, and strategy. If you looked at the videos, this is what Burning Desire does for you. We build the right values for you, we build the right mission for you, we build the right vision statement for you, and the strategy for you, to the macro level strategy. I'm also going to share how it benefits the businesses. Okay, what happened when people went through this kind of a course. Okay, now give me a moment. Because people started off with this journey, so there are various industries. You see, there are this manufacturing, trade, technology, light engineering, FMCG, project-based engineering, retail, real estate, logistics, robotics. So many different kind of industries who've gone through this course. Okay, with directors and their founders and all of them together. These are the numbers that we have seen people growing in. So I'm just giving an example. Say Sachi Engineering went from 42 to 86. M Square went from 18 to 90. Siddhinaik went from 24 to 48. 12 to 34 for BS projects. Neologic went from 90 to 186. MSM went from 5 to 65. Venture Steel went from 4 to 40. Now, I'm not saying that they went through this because they went through the program. It led them the right roadmap of how to do it. Okay. Now, after doing this workshop, what these businesses got inculcated in was the right management practices to scale. One of the management practice that we actually induct, and in every business that we consult is called building the annual operating plan and the budget for a company to move forward in the next 365 days. Now, if this is not there, if this part of the job is not there, then it becomes very difficult for a business to scale year on year. If you're getting a 20% hike on your past year, 7% is your inflation, 2-3% is your raw material price increase, and 10% is the growth. And 10% growth is actually depreciating because your value of money, which is your rupee value, is depreciating by 7% year on year. So it's very important for you to understand that unless and until you're not growing 30% and above, you're actually not creating a business, or you're not creating a wealth for yourself. You will never be able to create wealth for yourself if you're not going above 30% every year. Okay, so that takes us to the understanding. Give me okay, if everybody's understood what I'm saying. Okay, because businesses were able to build the right vision, because the businesses were able to build the right mission, because businesses were able to build the values that they will take the decisions based on, and build a macro plan about what to do in the next 3 years. They were not they the moment able to they do that, they were able to make priority and choices for what is to be done for 1 year. Okay, once this is done, once we finish this, okay, then it is important to look at the budget building exercise for the next 1 year. So this is, I'm going to share directly the budget building exercise. Okay, but isn't it important for people to see and notice what people have said about the Burning Desire course, and why this? By the way, this time we are doing Burning Desire digitally, and Aram, which happens every time in the conference. So I'm going to share that with you. But let's first go through the important aspect of how do you build a budget. When you look at your yearly planning, there are 21 considerations that you need to look at. Okay. Few considerations are sustainability considerations. Okay. Sustain करने के लिए, बिजनेस को सस्टेन करने के लिए कंसिडर किए जाएंगे, और कुछ ग्रोथ करने के लिए कंसिडर किए जाएंगे. So there are sustainable considerations and there are growth considerations. So I'm going to now speak about sustainable considerations that you need to do while you're taking the business forward. Now, if you look at what are the sustainability considerations, first one is revenue forecasting. Okay, now revenue forecasting में क्या होता है? मुझे गवर्नमेंट से बिजनेस आता है, मुझे चैनल से बिजनेस आता है, मुझे B2B से बिजनेस आता है, मुझे रिटेल से बिजनेस आता है, मेरा एंड कस्टमर ई कॉम से बिजनेस आता है, राइट? अलग अलग तरीके से मुझे पैसा आ रहा है, या अलग अलग तरीके पे मेरे प्रोडक्ट बिक रहे हैं. उन चीजों को फोरकास्ट करना कि लास्ट ईयर अगर इतना हो पाया है, तो आगे अगले साल कितना हो सकता है. बेसिक प्रोजेक्शन, वेरी वेरी बेसिक प्रोजेक्शन. इसी में आपका स्पिल ओवर बिजनेस भी काउंट होगा. स्पिल ओवर बिजनेस का मतलब क्या है कि मेरे पास 10 करोड़ की ऑर्डर ऑलरेडी है, जो मैं मार्च के बाद मैंने धंधा बुक कर दिया है या मैंने बिजनेस बुक कर दिया है. आई नीड टू नाउ डाइल्यूट दैट ऑर्डर बुक. इसको कहते हैं डाइल्यूशन ऑफ ऑर्डर बुक. So fundamentally, that dilution of order book is about, that's the spillover business. So that's how you do the basic level of your revenue projection. From your revenue projection, you look at the cost structure that you have. अब cost structure का मतलब क्या है? Cost structure is about people salaries, is about administration, is about electricity bills and renting and cost of money. Cost of money का basically अर्थ है आप ब्याज कितना देते हो, right? Your जो सेटअप आपके पास अभी है, उसका कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, और कहां कहां पे आप उसे कम कर सकते हो. So that's the second part of building a budget. Okay. Once you finish this, then you look at what was the last 2 years department expenses that you have done. Now, potential and possibility is that probably हमने department wise budget कभी बनाया नहीं, पर अगर बनाएंगे ही नहीं तो बनेगा भी नहीं कभी. If you don't make it, it will never happen. So what is the recommendation that I'm giving? If you have not made it, start doing it through the process like Aram. If you have done it, start validating it with like a process like Aram. So in both the cases, benefits you. So departmental budgets need to be created in order for people to complete the goals that you have written down during the planning. What are the risks that they will face? To give you an example, I am into a government business and the government changes. If the government changes, then it becomes difficult for, because the tendering will not happen and all of that. So how do you mitigate that risk while you are growing your business, right? Similarly, say there is my products was getting sold in e-com. Now it is not getting sold in e-com because in the territory where the e-com business partner was serving, he has stopped there. Okay, so that's the fourth part. So risk, looking at the risk of that sustainability. As I said, this is only sustainability that we're talking. Then we're talking about regulatory and compliance cost. What do you mean by that? It means that what is the amount of money that is going to get blocked in TDSs, in GSTs, in any other taxes that we have? Okay, because that erodes your cash flow. That erodes your cash flow. So उसकी planning करनी जरूरी है. Then customer acquisition और retention cost क्या है? मेरे पास 25 कस्टमर है जो सालों साल मुझे बिजनेस देते हैं, उनके रिटेंशन के लिए मैं क्या करूंगा? क्योंकि अगर आप उन्हें रिटेन करने की एफर्ट्स नहीं डालोगे तो कोई उसे अक्वायर कर लेगा. जैसे आप किसी के कस्टमर को अक्वायर कर रहे हो, वैसे कोई आपके कस्टमर को अक्वायर करने के पीछे पड़ा हुआ है. सो अगर वो पड़ा हुआ है तो आप रिटेंशन के लिए क्या करोगे? व्हाट आर दोज एक्टिविटीज दैट यू विल डू विच विल इनकलकेट सम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी? Then debt management and financing. How will I manage my debt? How will my EMIs go? What are the monthly EMIs that I can pay? How much am I paying? How much am I supposed to reduce ताकि मेरा financing cost reduce? Cash flow कितना लगेगा? So I have to have a 90 days plan of my cash flow. परफॉर्मेंस मैट्रिक्स क्या है? हर महीने हम सक्सेसफुल हो रहे हैं, इसका मैट्रिक्स क्या है? Matrix of growth, matrix of sales, matrix of marketing, matrix of process, matrix of HR, matrix of finance, matrices है क्या? Then working capital need कितनी है? हर महीना कंपनी चलाने के लिए how much money do we need? Okay, एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट्स क्या होंगे? क्या ग्रोथ आप 7%, 10%, 8%, 12% से देने वाले हो इस साल? क्या कोई आप नया बेनिफिट इंश्योरेंस ऐड करने वाले हो इस साल? तो क्योंकि वो कॉस्ट है सारी, वो कॉस्ट को बजट में डालना बहुत जरूरी है. टैक्स कंसिडरेशंस क्या है? ओके, और एक्सपेंस कंट्रोल के मैकेनिज्म्स क्या है? सो ये 13 कंसिडरेशंस आपके बजट बनाने के काम आते हैं. ये सारे 13 कंसिडरेशंस आपको कैसे देखने हैं, किस तरीके से देखने हैं, ये सारा प्री बजट में सिखाया जाता है आपको एक टेम्पलेट के द्वारा, जो टेम्पलेट आपको पहले ही दिया जाता है वंस यू रजिस्टर एंड यू आर एबल टू लुक थ्रू ऑल ऑफ दिस. Now, what happens here is we look at growth parameter. This is going to help me sustain my business. All of this is going to help me sustain my business. 13 parameters of sustenance. But there are 8 parameters of growth. Okay. What are those 8 parameters of growth? Those 8, the first is market trend and economic condition. If you now understand that there is a high potential in one territory that you can expand. Okay, so you should push more there. So शायद इसकी एनालिसिस जरूरी है. शायद एक प्रोडक्ट आपका नहीं चल रहा है और दूसरा प्रोडक्ट में बहुत ज्यादा पोटेंशियल है, तो उसकी प्लानिंग उस तरीके से करना. आपके पास कुछ प्रोसेसेस हैं जो रिडंडेंट हो रहे हैं मार्केट में, शायद उसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है और हम उसे लगातार करे जा रहे हैं क्योंकि अपने अपने को आदत लग गई है. सो प्रॉबेबली विल हैव टू शिफ्ट फ्रॉम देयर. कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर है क्या? प्लांट बढ़ाना है क्या? ये कोई मशीनरी लानी है क्या? कोई सिस्टम लानी है क्या? कोई ईआरपी लानी है क्या? उसकी कॉस्ट को बजट करना पड़ेगा. कंपनी की स्ट्रैटेजिक अलाइनमेंट, जो मैंने आपको कहा था कि 3 साल में मेरे को कहाँ पहुंचना है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग टू मैं कुछ स्टेप्स इस साल ले रहा हूँ क्या? जैसे आपकी एजुकेशन हो सकती है, जैसे आपकी टीम की एजुकेशन हो सकती है, जैसे कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट हायरिंग हो सकती है, कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हो सकती हैं. शेयर होल्डर के कुछ एक्सपेक्टेशंस होंगे कि यार इस साल मेरे मेरे जो 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 जिन्होंने पैसा लगाया हुआ है, शायद मेरे दोस्त यार होंगे या मेरी बैंक होगी, ये कंपनी इतने इतने से बढ़े. प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी का टारगेट क्या है इस साल? क्या हम 5%, 7%, 10%, 15% बनाना चाहते हैं? कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस क्या है? क्या कंपटीशन कर रहा है? एंड लास्ट इज ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसी. किस तरीके से गवर्नेंस होगा? दिस पार्ट ऑफ द जॉब विच इज द 8th पॉइंट is about governance. Okay, now how many of you have built a budget keeping all of this in mind? Quickly let me know on the chat box. On the chat box, write it down that this is how we actually make the budget. If it is no problems. Okay, and how many of you would want to do a budget which is of this sort? I'm going to stop share right now so that you can speak up. I'm going to share something with what people say during the budgeting festival. right? Let's have a look at this. My team has just instructed me that the sound is not coming. Give me a moment. So if you notice what's happening here is people are completely involved in that budget making process. Okay. Our consultants will work with you. If you notice, this is the budget template that people this is the template that's put on the screens so that you can understand how to do that and stuff like that. Pre-RM, your pre-budgeting sessions, you are able to understand all of these things as you move forward. And then if when you look at it, these are the kind of feedbacks that we've got for RM. Have a look at this.
My name is Datta Irudkar from Aquacare Solution Enviro Engineers. We are taking this budget sessions from SIL. It is a good initiative by them, and it's really helpful to the SMEs because the SMEs don't know how to spend, where to spend the money and grow your business, because SME's main focus is related to develop the business and revenue, but second part is related to where to spend is also important. On that aspect, all the aspect, it is triggered to the SMEs, so we can budget and we can plan for growth as well as spending on various aspects like human resource and product wise, sales budget, all the things. And overall, it was a great event. We are doing it from last 3 years consistently. First year we faced some issues, understanding, but after that we regularize the things. We try to focus the budget implementation in our organization. That's why we able to finish this budget on time. The sessions which was held, it was also helpful, so we can finish the budget, and definitely it will help to us to grow our business, because we are associated with SIL from last 5 years. So on the basis of their guidance, we are growing very well and as per our planning. So it will be
automations. एक्चुअली हमने अभी जो बजट का आरंभ का बजट सेशन किया, एक्चुअली हमने ये आराम का सेशंस लास्ट 1 महीने से अटेंड कर रहे हैं। डेली मॉर्निंग और इवनिंग का सेशन डेली अटेंड करते थे और उसमें से हमें बहुत कुछ नॉलेज मिला जो हमारे बैक एंड में भी नहीं था कि ये हमें करना चाहिए ग्रोथ के लिए कंपनी के। वो सेशंस बहुत ही इंटरेक्टिव था और बहुत ही नॉलेजफुल थे। जैसे कि योगेश सर ने हमें बहुत मीन्स हमें नहीं कि सब एंटरप्रेन्योर को बहुत हेल्प किया है कि कैसे बिजनेस को ग्रो करना है, कैसे कौन सा भी एक बिजनेस होगा उसको कैसे देखना है, उसको कैसे ग्रो करना है। उसी हिसाब से फाइनेंस टीम भी हमें हेल्प किया, जैसे शिव सर ने हेल्प किया है, जैसे एचआर के सर है उन्होंने भी हेल्प किया है, सेल्स में मदन सर, अक्षय सर उन्होंने भी बहुत सारा हेल्प किया है। और ये बजट का हमारा सेशन आज का जो शीट कंप्लीट हुआ है वो सब 1 महीने का हेल्प है और सब सपोर्ट एसआईएल टीम का सपोर्ट है। और हमारा आज का बजट पूरा हुआ है फॉर फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2023-24 और हमें आज बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि यस वी कैन डू इट बिकॉज ऑफ एसआईएल। थैंक यू एसआईएल।
So if you notice, this is what people talk about when they attend the workshop. Now, the workshop is happening on 19th and 20th of February, but the work for the workshop will happen in January and December. So 18th, Burning Desire is getting live. You will be sitting with me personally for 6 days digitally to build the new vision of the organization, mission of the organization, values for the organization, what you would do in the next 1,000 days. And from January, we will start looking at what is to be done in the next 365 days, the planning piece of it and the budgeting piece of it. Now, question here is how many of you would want to be a part of this fantastic event that we are planning? Go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and let me know how many of you would be a part, would want to be a part of this kind of a workshop where a lot of work from from a number point of view will be created. Go ahead, let me know. On a chat box, let me know so that we can talk to those people. Oh, you've already enrolled. Fantastic. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much for joining in. Now, people who are still thinking whether this will help, this will not help, but it's a very simple process, my dear friends. If you plan well, you execute well. Okay. Now, the whole process is businesses who come to us. Yes, Giri, you can definitely be a part of this. No problems with that. I think you have been attending webinars for a good amount of time and consistently. You should definitely be a part of this kind of a event. Plan your travel well so that I think you join us from Chennai. So plan your travel well and be there on 19th and 20th if possible with your team. You will see results coming up for yourself because you'll have a planned year to go. So exactly from April, May, June, July, you know what is to be done in which month. So that takes us to the next aspect of budgeting and how we are going to look at the entire process of budgeting. Have a look at this. When we said that these are the growth considerations that are required for a business to grow. Now, while we say these are growth considerations, I'm also wanting your attention to go to how this journey is going to be with you. Okay. So when we say on 18th and till 18th to 25th, you will be sitting with me digitally for 2 hours for every day for 6 days, apart from a Sunday. It is going to be from 7 in the morning till 8:30 in the morning. So 7 to 8:30, we do the planning exercise. In January, we recommend people to come with their accountant or plant head or sales manager or sales head, somebody who's helping you to plan it. So which means budget building exercise will happen. Again, around 6 days, digital workshop will happen on a customized template made for you. Okay. And we are not going to give you the template. We're going to help you build it. Okay. So it's not only about the template Excel sheet, it's also putting the right numbers with right thought process behind it. And on 19th and 20th in Pune, okay, the location is yet to be described and declared, but location, there will be around 400 to 500 people there, where people will come and build that budget and complete all the queries that are there. How will you be able to do it in such a big group? because there are 35 to 40 chartered accountants who will be working there along with you, and there'll be 10 plus budget mentors who will be supporting you strategically from a management point of view. Okay, so that's how this entire exercise is getting completed. Now, I'm also going to take you through a very important aspect of how do we make sure that the projects, and how do you actually work on this. Okay, so if you notice, there are three types of buckets in any business. There is first bucket number one, which is called cash creation. Bucket number two is called cash processing, and bucket number three is called cash collection. Now, when we look at cash creation, there are few items that I need to start working on. Like, what is my product innovation, process innovation, my creativity in my products and processes. My hiring, can I improve my hiring? So say this year you only focus on hiring, and you say, I'm going to improve my hiring mechanism this year. What new systems you're going to build in, or you're going to buy this year, or you're going to rent? What new territory expansions you're going to do this year? What product bifurcations, which market, and which, so this, all of this has to be combined, right? Which territory, which product, which products will be working as riders in each territory, and BUI structure focus that allows you to focus on executing the things right. So that's cash creation. If you look at cash processing, what kind of lean mechanisms you're going to apply, what kind of SOPs you're going to build this year, what kind of review rhythms would you have, what are the tools that you will give your people, what are the equipments that you'll give your people to perform well, needs to be planned in the processing part of it. And the last part is cash collection, where what do I do with the money that I have, and what are the dashboards that I have to build in my business to make sure that I'm monitoring it well. Now, all of this you will be able to do with Burning Desire. Okay, and the RM exercise that we will do. So my recommendation to all of you would be that please be a part of this kind of an activity that allows you to grow, allows you to become better, allows you to make sure that you are moving forward. I'm going to share a testimony with you, a company which recently went IPO with us. So have a look at that, the person's feedback. Give me a moment.
Many products that we give only to specific customers, but they also need other components and trim components to make their work. So our focus will be to selling on selling the set components that we will give you in set, and only the assembly will be your part. So we'll be focusing on that. Another part in this second existing customer new product will be around 10 crores of our yearly turnover comes from the job work that we will be converting into a with material work. They are basically sand castings and investment casting. So that we have considered as another I think 40 lakhs for bare minimum. And then new customer, new product. So the products will be new, the customers will be new. For the similar lines, right now we are in dealing with ball wall, control wall, plug wall, and butterfly wall. So in that only new product lines, because there are many things which just a few tweaks and tweaks of the processes we can develop. So we'll be hiring a new product and process development personnel. We already have a small team, but they are not that experienced. So here we have considered one hire who can only focus on this part of the new customer and new product. It will also help us in the utilization of the vacant capacity right now we are having, because we have accommodated 2 plants into 1 plant, that is the right. And new customer, existing product, it is like, whatever we are doing traditionally from last 20 years, that we are just switching this product again and again. We have converted SPMs, we have created SPMs for a few of the ongoing products. So they are new products. So the first part and the fourth part is ongoing again and again continuously from last 10 to 15 years, but this year we'll be focusing on the customer 2 and customer 3. And we are the growth parameter is like 50%, so we'll be going from 61 crores to around 90 crores. Okay, I think finance related, I'll ask Mr. Ganesh to explain. He will be a right person.
We have considered sales per month.
So if you notice, what's happening here is that the business who was talking about it, they were talking about the validation piece of it. So every business budget is validated. Okay, so it's not only about writing down the budget, but also getting validated by the mentors of how they're going to happen. So let's look at this and hear this.
7.55 CR and total is 90.60 CR. So and our material consumption will be at least 58% around, and other wages we due to new customer and new product development we have added additional manpower in shop floor and as well as in staff. So for develop a new product, new customer, is adding this cost. As well as consider new year increments in all parameters we have considered. We have focused on additional digital advertising. Total all types of advertising we are considering the average, but previously we do not going to the digital advertising. From last year we have started it, but current year we are taking additional efforts on this advertisement. Okay. So our total GD gross profit will be 28% and LP will be 17%.
So the key initiatives or the key things we have considered for this year. One, we'll be starting with just mouth marketing, referral marketing. We have focused. The operators, they are not very confident. So developing them again and utilization of IoT based measurement instruments will be used. So these are the 3 to 4 key initiatives.
So I hope you have seen how businesses are planning, and that planning's discussions have been done there. This is a very hands-on workshop. It is nothing to do with some gyan somebody giving you on how to build a budget. We actually build the budget for you. So with this, I am going to stop my presentation today and recommend all of you to be a part of this exercise. The Burning Desire session starts on 18th and ends on 24th, and the timing is between 7 to 9. So more or less 7 to 9, we try to finish it so that people can start their works as well. I thank all of you. I request you to have a look at it once again. Talk to our team members, get more clarity on it, and make sure that you are registering for the entire process. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you.
Hi, my name is Prajakta and I am from Pooja Engineers. We are a Pune-based manufacturing company and we are into machining of automobile components. We are into job work type of business, and this is my first time association with SIL, and I've joined this RM for the budget making exercise, and my experience was wonderful. RM started with a month back with pre-budget sessions, and those were very helpful not only for the budget but many more aspects for the business and more strategies for business growth, and I got a lot of insights and inputs for HR management and strategies. That was the added bonus apart from the budget making. For the pre-budget session, my day started early at the 7th, and session was starting at 7 till 8 or 8:30, and experts were there to answer all types of questions, and later on the sessions were focused only for the question answers related to the budget. So it's speeded up the budget making process, and that's why we could complete the budget earlier.